Hello, it's Miss Havisham. I'm in Filey today, and this is St Oswald Church, which is just up from the seafront. And this is an old mausoleum that I've found. So this is one of the places where they would put the deceased. That would be very expensive, and it would be more than the workers at the time that they would have to live in, basically. You see the tiles on the floor, and these, some of it's been broken, some pieces broken off, and got these different people from the same family. This would have had stained glass in it as well, I'm sure, but there's no stained glass now. So I thought this was quite interesting to start with. This is one of those weird ones. That's a strange one. Looks like a candle or something. Strange. That strange symbolism over that door is of a ladder. It looks like a hammer or a mallet, and it's a ladder, which is a symbolism of Freemasonic. Just noticed this strange face on the wall. Looks like Father Christmas. This is unusual. It's like a double parapet on this one. Very unusual. Of course, these clocks were put in later. I was the first one to mention that, by the way. They were put in for the workers because of the working day. Before that, the workers did not work a full day, and they didn't even work a full week. See, this is for the working week. They put the clocks in. That was in the late 1700s, early 1800s. The birds are making a lot of noise. This is weird. Birds are making a lot of noise. Must be the sea air. So this one is quite an elaborate chest or altar tomb, and this one is for a person called Skeleton Fowler, who was lost at sea in 1832, aged 35, and it's very elaborate, but there's nobody there because he was lost at sea, so they didn't find the body. It was lost at sea, but they've still made this elaborate tomb. Very elaborate. Yeah. And then look up there. That looks like Nimrod. See that? It looks like Nimrod. I can't go in as it's closed, but I'll just look through the window with the camera. See if it picks anything up through the window. I can't go in. This is another weird one. It's all black. Why is it all black? Ew. And this signifies the curtain clothing on the performance. And this is the eternal flame on the top. Again, this one is 36, which is 3 6s, 666. And this is another massive altar tomb. So this church of St Oswald was established by the monks of the Bridlington Priory, and it's at the top of a ravine. So this is called Church Ravine, and this is the iron bridge going over the ravine. So you can see how high up it is. This is, that's the ravine, goes down. And actually, so the church is up there, and the weather vane is in the shape of a fish. But this bridge was restored, as the original bridge was washed away in a flash flood in 1857. But this originally church was built in 1180. It's not understood why they chose to build this church in the north of the Church Ravine when villagers lived to the south. It's also uncertain as to why the monks built such a large and impressive church for what was then a small village community. So this tells us something as well about what we wanted to know about these places, that they were built for a reason. This was also probably a beacon for the surrounding area. This is Ravine. If the monks could see it now, I'm sure they'd have a surprise. So just as a postscript, this is one of these old architecture big mansions that I think was built in the, I think this will be late 1700s actually. But if you can see this architecture over the doorway and everything, it's 1, 2, 3, 5 stories with the attic. And this, I'm not sure, but this is, put some flower pots there. But this is where it goes down to the so-called basement. But I think that it was built like this. I don't think anything's happened to so-called bury this. It was built like this. And what they used to do, even though across there, there is a sea view from the bedroom windows, this is a basement. They've actually built in a basement, and then the sea views are up from the windows at the top. You can see the kind of architecture there as you go along the road. So the basement, obviously they didn't have a sea view, but up there it had. There's a sea view, and it's going across there, panoramic. Behind those trees they can see the sea from there. I can't see it from here, but it is. So this is one of these old architectural buildings, but how they're built with the steps like this, and that's how it was. That's the basement. So the basement hasn't got a sea view, but that's how it is. Lots of houses have basements. So that's my thoughts on it. I don't think these have been buried in anything, because the sea is way across the road, and you can see it now. I'm going to give you the sea view now. This is the sea. at Filey in North Yorkshire. Not to get these people on. Well, the picture. This is the sea. Filey, North Yorkshire. So look at this. There we are. The tide is actually going out. The tide's going out down there. The cliff's over there. There's some more cliffs over this side. It's quite interesting actually. I've never been to Filey before today. And that's the other cliff at the other side. And then that's the building I've just been looking at. And there's some more. They're all built like this, the ones on the coast. They're all built like this. But they've all got sea views at the top, but not down at the bottom. So I've been Miss Havisham in Filey, North Yorkshire. Bye for now.